Today we're talking about robots doing everything from convicting a criminal and changing shape in midair. First, let's start off with a special robot grocery delivery. Footage captured by a food delivery robot in Los Angeles was used to arrest and convict two people after a failed attempt to steal it off the street earlier this year, according to 404 Media. Serve Robotics, which works with Uber Eats for last-mile deliveries in the area, shared videos of the incident with the Los Angeles Police Department, both proactively and after a subpoena. Serve previously met with LAPD to open a line of communication between the two ahead of any potential troubles, emails obtained by 404 also show. It comes at a time when public wariness around the technology is already high, with concerns about just how much the robots are recording and where that footage ultimately goes. Serve Robotics CEO Ali Kashani boasted about the resulting convictions on social media, tweeting, "Some genius once tried to steal one of our robots. It didn't end well for them." In a follow-up blog post, Kashani takes a softer stance, attempting to explain how the company balances its approach to involving law enforcement with its responsibility to the public and fostering trust. The company's principles, according to Kashani, include not using robots for surveillance or other purposes that violate the public's sense of privacy, and not putting unnecessary strain on public resources by calling in the police to address every minor incident of robot vandalism. In this case, in which the police were immediately notified and arrests were made, the robot got away on its own and was, as Kashani described it, unharmed. The company turned in all relevant footage before deleting it. It remains unclear how long Serve keeps its robots' recordings under normal circumstances, and its vagueness around the video's potential use doesn't inspire much confidence. In a statement to 404 Media, Serve's head of communications, Aduke Thelwell, said it is the company's policy to regularly delete camera feed unless otherwise required and to comply with subpoena requests. Now time to change stories mid-app to a robot that can change shape in mid-flight. Scientists at the University of Washington have developed flying robots that change shape in midair, all without batteries, as originally published in the research journal Science Robotics. These miniature transformers snap into a folded position during flight to stabilize descent. They weigh just 400 milligrams and feature an onboard battery-free actuator, complete with a solar power harvesting circuit. Here's how they work. These robots actually mimic the flight of different leaf types in midair once they're dropped from a drone at an appropriate height of 130 feet. The origami-inspired design allows them to transform quickly from an unfolded to a folded state, a process that takes just 25 milliseconds. This transformation allows for different descent trajectories, with the unfolded position floating around on the breeze, and the folded one falling more directly. Small robots are nothing new, but this is the first solar-powered microflyer that allows for control over the descent thanks to an onboard pressure sensor to estimate altitude, an onboard timer, and a simple Bluetooth receiver. As for the why of it all, the little baby Starscreams can be equipped with a wide variety of sensors to make surveys as they soar around the sky. So, in theory, they could gauge temperature, humidity, and air quality conditions, among other types of data. Produced at scale, this would be a highly cost-effective way to keep tabs on atmospheric conditions. The current design only allows them to transition in one direction, from the tumbling state to the falling state, but researchers can control multiple microflyers at the same time, making them disperse upon launch to cover a wider area. They're working on perfecting the reverse transition to allow the robots to transform back from the falling position to the folded position, which should better allow the microflyers to make precise landings even in turbulent wind. It's good to see new robots that don't resemble a Doctor Who death machine or a headless dog with a thirst for blood. Let's hear it for innovation. In the meantime, the University of Washington researchers will have plenty of funds to further develop this microflyer concept thanks to grants from the National Science Foundation, NASA, and the Google Fellowship Program, among others. Thanks for listening to the show. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Today's show featured journalism by Gadget contributors Cheyenne McDonald and Lawrence Bonk and was produced by Spoken Layer. I'm Imran Sheikh, and we'll talk more tomorrow.
Spoken Layer.